There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Luffy's a Yonko. He's a monster. I remember, I think it was during Roof Piece, Kaido made mention about how the 5 supernovas, that they're monsters in their own right. And he's right. Look at what Luffy's doing. And obviously this is going to contain chapter 1026 spoilers. So you guys are not caught up, I suggest you click off the video. But Luffy and Kaido, they split the sky. Characters that have done that has been Whitebeard and Shanks. We saw Shanks pull up on Whitebeard and he split the sky. They both use advanced conquerors. Then we have Big Mom and Whitebeard. Oh, Big Mom and Kaido. They did on Onigashima. Then we had Whitebeard and Roger with an asterisk. They didn't split the sky. Like, we didn't see the heavens split, but we saw clouds disperse. And well, with the strongest pirate and the Pirate King, I'm pretty sure they have the strength to split the sky because they're at the pinnacle of what pirates are. And then now we have Luffy and Kaido. And before I give my thoughts, and I want to talk about Luffy's strength, his evolution, how high his ceiling is. I don't have the title specifically yet. I haven't figured that out yet, but my thoughts about Luffy splitting the sky, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I've been seeing a lot of people say and have mixed feelings about it. I personally thought he was going to do it against Shanks or Blackbeard. I think if he did it against Shanks, that would be like, okay, well, Luffy, you're the pinnacle of a pirate. You're what you said you become, a great pirate. And if he did it against Blackbeard, I think that would be symbolic to Whitebeard and Roger because they're rivals. So Luffy and Blackbeard, they're rivals. So I thought that would have happened. However, I don't have a problem with him splitting the sky against Kaido because Luffy is a Yonko now, and it was before this, a lot of people were like, oh, Luffy isn't a Yonko. And this is not just in the One Piece community, like the actual show, but like in the anime community, there was the whole debate, is Luffy a Yonko or not? I know that in the One Piece community, like the actual show, Shanks, he smiled saying, hey, we'll meet soon. I know Blackbeard was like, no, it's not time yet. And then Big Mom and Kaido, they were kind of tossing him aside like he's some sort of brat. And so I think Luffy clashing with Kaido here, splitting the sky, solidifies that he's strong and that Luffy is a low top tier. But the only issue I had is that he did it in base with the strongest creature. And granted, Kaido, he's been going through it. He fought against the Akaiza 9. I'm not saying that they're weak, but I'm not saying that they're the strongest in the series. He also fought against a supernova. Specifically, Zoro and Luffy gave him the most trouble and landed the most attacks on him. And then we had him going against Luffy 1v1 for a little bit, then him against Yamato, and now probably him and Yamato versus Kaido. And so Kaido in base, he's in hybrid, he's not as strong as he was when the Wano arc started. But same with Luffy. Luffy's not the strongest when Wano arc started. He has, and Rayleigh said it best, your hockey blooms with the more tough battles you face. But in terms of overall strength and endurance, both of them are lower than when they started. I would have much preferred him clash with Kaido in Snake Man or Bound Man because Kaido did it in a hybrid, so I don't like the fact that he did it in base form. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. If Luffy and Kaido were both healthy, Kaido's probably still taking the dub. But when we look at Wano as an arc, Wano's an arc about gaining physical strength, really, because in round 1, Kaido pretty much overpowered Luffy. He didn't use his double fruit. He used advanced conquerors and one-shotted Luffy. When you look at zones aren't known for being broken devil fruits. I guess you could say they're known for their endurance, but they're known for their physical strength. And so that's why Wano's an arc primarily focused on hockey control and physical strength, because I personally believe when One Piece ends, we get the final war, we go against the admirals and probably stuff that Vegapunk has made, that those are going to be the arcs about the broken devil fruits, which is where we'll probably get maybe awakenings or a gear 5th or something. So like I said, Wano's an arc about physical strength, while I think later arcs will be about broken devil fruits. But I want to address Luffy and his evolution, his growth until wherever we've gotten now in the series. We know straight out of Whole Cake Island, Luffy was at least first commander level because he beat Katakuri. However, him going against Kaido, now granted, Luffy wasn't calm. He wasn't using Future Sight because he was going insane since he thought his crew died. But Kaido, he still ended up beating him, one-shotting him, even though Luffy used the King Kong gun on Kaido, and Kaido was tanking all his attacks. Then we go to Udon Prison, where Luffy, he stated that with the sea prison stone cuffs that Luffy would be stronger once he finished training and he took them off. And then he also learned Rio when he was training with Hirogoro how to let the haki flow. Then on Roof Piece, he used Rio in his attacks, Red Rock, and a couple other attacks where he made Kaido dodge. And then once he got taken out and knocked out by Ragnaroku, he learned that he can code his attacks in Conqueror's Haki. And now we see Luffy here and there going in and out of Gear 4th attacks. I remember he went into Snake Man and came right back out. And so this kind of leads me to believe there's no longer that time limit because Luffy has gotten better with haki control. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. Luffy's biggest weakness is that in Gear 4th, he has a time limit where he can't stay in the form forever. We assume with Rio that the time limit wasn't a thing because he did hop in and out of Gear 4th when they were first headed to Onigashima. However, when he was doing the Gatling against Kaido, that proved incorrect because he hopped out of Gear 4th. And I'm not saying Luffy can win, but Luffy can no longer get one-shotted by any character in this series, and Luffy 100% can compete with any character in this series. And I'm talking about the Admirals, the Yonko. Luffy is low top tier. He's no longer on the commander. Well, I guess that still is the commander system, but in terms, Luffy's probably a top 12 strongest in the series. I think in terms of all the first commanders, I think Luffy beats them all. Probably anywhere between high and extreme diff. There is no first commander I think that beats Luffy. And speaking of the admirals, I did a video talking about this, but the way the story is portrayed, any admiral can beat any Yonko and any Yonko can beat admiral. This whole Yonko level, admiral level, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. We combine them and it's called top tiers. So I personally believe that Akainu, if he went against someone like Big Mom, Akainu could possibly win. Big Mom could possibly win. The only person I think that is above the rest is Kaido, but that's because he stayed to be the strongest. But like I said, Luffy, he can compete with anyone. And the way I look at it, at first, I'm like, okay, am I disappointed in Kaido and the Beast Pirates and the Big Mom Pirates? Like, have they not done enough? But then I think about it, maybe it's just that we've been underestimating the evolution, the tenacity, the willpower of the Straw Hat crew. I believe it was chapter 1003 or 2 when Kaido used a blast breath, and then Big Mom, she shocked Luffy with lightning, and he's like, well, why didn't it work on you? He said, because I have guts. And Luffy just went in and started beating on Kaido. And not just Luffy, but there's a lot of other characters. I don't understand how Big Mom, she still thinks that Luffy's fodder, that he's, I believe, when he destroyed her castle and they called him the 5th Emperor, she called him a speck of sand. So Kaido, he's giving Luffy his credit because he talks about how Straw Hat, you always evolve, how high can your ceiling go, your eyes never waver. So Kaido has officially given Luffy his credit, where Kaido's like, hey, we can no longer kill you. We can no longer have you serve under me. It's better for me to kill you, because if I don't, the other people of the Alliance are going to still want to fight. And not just this, how can you be, I guess, disappointed, or how can you look at Luffy as inferior to you or not a threat when you had his right hand man, a subordinate, Big Mom, you told him to dodge? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And about Luffy's evolution, like I said, when he was knocked off of Onigashima, Kaido, he stated, I should have taken your head, etc., because he let Luffy hang around a little bit too long. We saw what happened with Crocodile. Well, okay, Crocodile, he's a little asher. Crocodile, he thought he finished Luffy off, but Luffy bounced back because he's rubber. A lot of other characters, Katakuri specifically, I think him and Luffy fought for multiple hours. Same with Cracker. And Luffy, because they didn't finish him off, Luffy evolved. He learned Future Sight. He bettered his haki, etc. And the same's happened with Kaido. It's round 3. Luffy will no longer lose again. When you look at Wano as an arc, it's about losing people that you care about or doing things for people you care about. Odin boiled in oil for an hour, saved that Kaizenai was killed for his country and for his samurai. And so when you look at Luffy, remember Enies Lobby, he learned gears so that he would never lose again. He has Nakama that aren't necessarily strong, but he still wants them on his crew. And so Luffy, he's evolving for that purpose so that he won't lose and so that he will be able to protect any and anyone, and even his dream. So to conclude, this man Luffy is broken. Base form, splitting the sky with Kaido. I know they're weakened, but that's still pretty impressive. That shows your one of the best pirates in the series, because the only good things and only strong pirates have done that thing. I think that we're underestimating Luffy, Zoro, and a lot of other characters, and that Big Mom and them, they're impressive, but like our boys are just as equally impressive. Like I said, I don't know what the title is for the video yet. I'll figure it out in editing, probably the more I listen to what I said. But let me know your guys' thoughts. How do you guys think about Luffy? Do you guys think he's broken? Do you guys think he's properly rated? If him and Kaido were to fight 1v1, who do you guys think is winning? I still think it's Kaido. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. It's on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.